Good afternoon, YouTube, as the plane goes over. That is what you're going to need with this week's releases because there's a lot of them. We'll get into that in a minute, and I'll let you know what's coming out next week. There's some sweet ones out next week as well, so don't worry too much. I'll go through my pickups for the weekend, and then we'll go through competitions as well. Now, what actually came out today? Apocalypse Now. The 4K Steelbook is beautiful artwork. That's come out, but it's also been released as 4K and a Blu-ray as well. Finally, John Wick 3 has arrived. That's a 4K Steelbook, which is Amazon exclusive, a 4K, a Blu-ray, and the trilogy box set. So there's no real reason not to get it in some format, really. The Thor 4K trilogy is out, as well as Thor 1 and Thor 2, because Thor 3 was already released as 4K. Detective Pikachu. Right. That came out as a 4K Steelbook, 4K 3D, and Blu-ray. And bear in mind, over the weekend in Japan, the cartoon of Pikachu, Ash, actually finally became a master. It's the first time in 22 years of trying, he's actually become a master. So that's going to really bring it up a bit because he's battled for 22 years to become a Pokemon master, and he finally did it over the weekend. It was all broadcast in Japan apparently, so quite interesting. Hills of Ice 2, that's the original. That's been re-released. An older film called The Prey, the Paganini Horror, never even heard of that one. Local Hero, that's an old British one. The Go-Between. These next three are the ones that I used to watch with my nan in the middle of the afternoon on ITV. You got The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, The Golden Voyage of Sinbad, and Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. There's some classics. Oh, some of the effects in it are really bad, but they're just classic films. We also have Police Story 1 and 2 has been re-released in a cheaper box set for about £18 instead of the 25. So that's really cool. Comes a Horseman, never knew heard of that. An old one called Criminal as well. Batman 4K 4 film set, steelbook set, beautiful looking. That's out today, as well as each individual steelbook 4K as well. If I had the money, would have got them, but can't justify them really. The Shadow, like a Japanese looking one, that's come out in 4K and Blu-ray. The original Vampires has come out. Bunny Lake is missing. Eye of Laura, Mars, Project X, We the Animals is all a bit obscure. The last movie, Kneel by Mouth, is that British one with the ultra violent but absolute must have in most people's collections. It's a brutal film but really well done. Ray Livingstone's amazing in it. Who Saw Herdy? Oh, Who Saw Her Die? Sorry. Kursk, The Last Mission, Tortured Garden, and Women at War. So there's a hell of a lot out, really. Quite a few AAA titles there, which I think a lot of people will spend their money on. But next week, it don't get any cheaper. You're still going to need a lot of money. That's simple. Next week, the live-action version of Aladdin arrives, and that's coming as a 4K Steelbook, 4K 3D Steelbook, 3D, and Blu-ray. So which one are you going for? But the cartoon is getting a 4K release as well. I think there is next month there will be a steelbook of that as well. John Wick, the original is coming out as a 4K steelbook. Lock Up, amazing Stallone film, classics, coming out as 4K steelbook and 4K. They Made Me a Fugitive is kind of an old one, as well as Hellraiser 2. Not my favourite one, but it's still not bad for next week. A film called Huzzy, yeah. The System, 90 Degrees in the Shade, Major and the Minor. That's from 1942, believe it or not. The Hidden, The Thing from Another World. That's from 1951, so that's going to be a classic. The 4th series of Supergirl. I'm quite enjoying Supergirl, actually, so I might start collecting them. Mystery Junction. The 5th series of Flash. I haven't actually watched any of those yet. I've got series 1 somewhere. 8th Grade, Romance in Seville. That's from 1929. That's like a 90-year-old film. The 1990 version has been re-released on Blu for like £7. You Made Me Love You and Airtime and Dawn Wall. So that's a hell of a lot of stuff out in the next 2 weeks, really. I will be very interested to see what Kermit's Ghost picks up today because I do love his videos. If you don't know this guy, get over there. Spoke to him at the weekend, and I mentioned to him that Big Paulie posted that that steelbook of the film The Mermaid, so like a Japanese film, for £2.49 in the HMV bargain bins, and I'm like, I haven't got a HMV anywhere near me. We used to have a massive one in the main town, but it closed about 2 years before HMV went tits up because their lease ended, and they'd been there like 35 years. It was ridiculous. Um, and he goes, "That's all right. I'm going out to HMV later. If there's one there, I'll pick it up for you." I went, "Oh, brilliant, thanks. I'll pay you the money." Nah, no charge. Seriously. So he says he's posting it to me today. I mean, what a man! Amazing collection. He's got about 500 more than me. I will catch you up. I will. I'm determined. But please go give Kermit's Ghost a hit up. He really does know his stuff. He's brilliant. Amazing guy. Now let's take a look at what I've picked up in the last few days. Think about, was it last week? I picked up 28 weeks later. I've managed to get 28 days later singularly. I did have them as a double pack, but I wanted to get them singular. So I managed to do that. We have the second season of Walking Dead. I've got series 4 on its way as well somewhere. The series 2 of Vampire Diaries. That actually means I've got the first 3 series. So I might actually start watching that now. I do have Suicide Squad, and you saw that beautiful digibook I got a couple of weeks back. I now have Suicide Squad in 3D, so I'm really happy to pick that one up as well. And a film that I've never even heard of called My Way, but it's from the director of Brotherhood, so there has to be some caliber there. I'm looking forward to watching that. One I'm sure I had, I'm sure some of you must have borrowed it and just not given it back, but I've got 8 Mile back. Brilliant film. Yeah, even though I know the Steelbook's coming, I had to get hold of Aladdin. I got it cheap, really nice. Never heard of this one, but Big Eyes, winner of the Golden Globe Awards. Really, Big Eyes. Never heard of it, but you know, nice and cheap. Blockers. I like the look of this one. John Cena with beer bong up his ass. You know that's going to be funny. You know it is. This is the re-release, I think, of the original Evil Dead. I used to have the trilogy, you know, but I want to get them more singular again. An absolute stonking massive classic here. Full Metal Jacket. The millennials need to watch this. If you haven't seen this film, just astonishing. The Guardian. Kevin Costner one that I really should have picked up years ago, but I hadn't. Now this one, Poundland. Kelly's Heroes. I can't believe I found that in Poundland. Amazing. I finally completed one of the most amazing trilogies ever. Pitch Perfect 3. Less said about that, the better. This next one I do have as a 3D. I'm thinking about the Steelbook, but Prometheus, I thought get the original, you know, and then I've got that in 3D. You know what I'm like. This film, a lot of people hate and a lot of people like, so I just don't know what to think. But I've never ever seen this in a CX, but I saw it, I had to get it. Rounders. Heard good and bad things. As we all know, I have Secret Life of Pets in 4K now, so I had to pick up the 3D because I love that film in 3D. I can't believe I even sold it off. I have all of these Shreks in 3D. I have Shrek 4 and 3 normal, and now I have number 2 normal. I just got to find number 1 again. Warcraft, brilliant film, even better in 3D. This one, it doesn't even appear on any of my database lists. It's Richard Blackwood, Welcome to Curiosity. It's a recent release, I think, but it is not listed. It just is not listed. But there you go. And one of my favourites, I'm so happy to have picked up, Shazam in 3D, and I'm going to be watching that the next couple of days. Can't wait. That does look really funny. And last but not least, you guys have heard me mention there's a gentleman that he does a bookstore in Eastleigh because he supports a theatre group for children. And he always gives me a call when he picks up any bits and bobs. And I couldn't say no to this. The Pacific Steelbook box. It is absolutely sodding well immaculate inside. The price he gave me this for was criminal. It's amazing. But I'm so happy to have that. I've moved things around a little. I've moved things around a bit to more my liking. So I have a shelf for like oversized cases now. I have a shelf with my latest bits and bobs I like, along with the Harry Potters. I've moved the Harry Potters figures up there, no, up there, as you can see. So now all the way back there is full up, all the way to the back now. Still got lots of room. Still got to buy more, ain't I, really? But that is my pickups. Let me know what you think. Now, last but not least, let's look at this competition, shall we? I've got a couple of 3Ds to start off. We got another Megamind 3D and Men in Black 3 3D. And then we have some Dark Comedy and one for the ladies. Dark Shadows and Magic Mike. That's your prizes for this week. Please remember, you know how it works. You must be a subscriber. Get your friends to subscribe and enter. It doesn't cost anything. You can then befriend me on Facebook. Reason? You instant message me to say you want to enter the competitions each week, and that way, if you need your address, it's secure. Okay, so I don't want anyone's information getting out and them getting any dodgy shit happening to them. Now, enjoy the rest of your week, guys. I will be back tomorrow with a nice top 10, and I'm going to hunt the net for some deals for everybody and see what we can find out. I might look at slightly more obscure boxes, actually, because I'm quite interested in that at the moment. Enjoy. It's not raining at the moment, but I think it's going to pee down later. Take care now.